isn't that on? Yo, I guess. Oh, you guys. What in the front door is happening? I'm a little overdressed today. Just gonna be honest. Shouldn't be here like this. Let me scooch. I shouldn't be so dressed. I was rushing. And you get. Maybe I should dress like this. I don't know. What do you think? Let's get this show popping. You know I gotta share it everywhere because yeah. Oh, ew. That's gross. I don't like being surprised on Facebook either. It's just not cool. So totally gross. What are y'all doing? Who's out there in chat land? It's Monday. It's Vegas. There's really not too much to talk about. There is, but I'm not gonna be, lighting up the stage for too long. We're gonna try some new things with these titles. See if that helps. I was in a meeting. I was talking to people about these algorithms and whatnot that I don't understand, and I think I finally maybe, not really, but we'll see what happens. I think I got something going. I'm just trying to find out who doesn't post my shit so that I could just stop wasting my time. Should we just get right into it? Let us get right into it. Remember to listen to the music. You gotta head over to the podcast. Go to Apple. That's where everybody listens to it. Just look up Kasabian Lavoe Show and you can hear the song. And I mean, if it's more convenient just to listen and drive, it's always a great alternative. Hit like and subscribe. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. We're everywhere. And I'm gonna try to keep it that way. Man, I had a great joke for the beginning of the show. Gone. Just like that. Gone. My jokes have been pretty weak at the beginning, too. I look like I'm from Miami Vice. Yo. Is the sound acting up again? Hey. Former thugs. Remember, you gotta head over to the podcast link to listen to the song. Today's show's gonna be quick. We're gonna wrap this one right on up. But you still a hater. Ha! See you later, I'm gone. With an option to buy. Benzito, up in the Benzito, my Kiko from Queens. It's Kasabian. Kasabian Lavoe Wine. What's going on, beautiful people? My name is Kasabian Lavoe, and we're having another fun-filled technical difficulty day. So I was in meetings all day. That's why I'm all snazzy. I know y'all don't see this part of me, but I think I might have to start dressing like this. And, yeah, I don't feel comfortable being dressed up like this. But I am providing a service, so however I can provide this service best. And this is just for the visual people. Shout out to my podcast listeners, the most amazing listeners in the world. My favorite. You guys are phenomenal. Biggie's Dog on Netflix. Sorry, guys. I'm talking to my podcast fans right now. Please hold chat. You guys are dope. You guys love Apple Podcasts, so make sure and check out Kasabian Lavoe Show at Apple Podcasts. We're everywhere. We're on Spotify. We're on fucking Amazon. You can catch us live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Head over to YouTube, Kasabian Lavoe TV. Check out the clips. We got clips now. Like, it's fucking dope, and I can't wait to put up more clips. Shout out to all the viewers. You guys are dope. I appreciate y'all in the chat. Today we will be talking shows. So, I'm going to keep that in mind because I watched Snowfall, and I'm fucking blown away. Can we just... Snowfall is something... Yeah, Snowfall is dope. I'm glad Snowfall is a thing. Stop trying to compare fucking that St. Patrick boy to Franklin. Franklin is a real person. Like, it's loosely based on some shit that really happened. So stop comparing this fake character to some person that's supposed to be really popping. Actor wise, I think they both do great. Let's cut that shit out. Let's just get the Trump out the way. Trump was at cpac. He was speaking at cpac, and he's Trump. Like, he still got it. The boy came out crushed. He laid out some fundamental things that he wants to see with the Republican Party. I still am a firm believer that the Republican Party is going to need a huge overhaul. They need a remarketing brand. They need a fresh start, and hopefully they can come up with something. I'm standing where I stand. I'm a conservative, but I can't deal with a party that doesn't get shit done. So if they don't get shit done, I'm going to keep the same energy. The Biden administration is completely shitting the bed out here, and we're going to watch them fall apart little by little. But nonetheless, Trump spoke. He was out there crushing, First things first, he had to send out a shout out to his boy, Rush Limbaugh. I'm sorry. There was a frog in the fucking boom mic, man. Tropic Thunder, if you didn't know. I was impressed that he still got the same energy towards the crowd and the people. It was actually a little refreshing. Every time you see Biden, it looks like it's the fucking end of the world, bro. It's so fucking depressing. It really is. He's slow talking, he had that draw. It's like, yo, you're the same. He's older than Trump, right? He's older and he talks. Oh no, is Trump older? Either way, Trump looks fucking great out there. He's doing his thing. I think they're gonna try to back him again, which is weird, but we'll see what happens with that. Again, it was a great speech he gave. Hopefully, he riles them up and keeps them together. Just keep that Constitution intact, and let's get this country back on track. But the way things are moving right now, it's a little tough. It's not gonna be the brightest of shows. Just gonna keep it 100. But let me brighten things up. Wack 100. Wack 100 has become the big homie that we didn't know that we needed. He's like the hip-hop homie that honestly should have been around a little bit longer, but Clubhouse has helped and other situations that are going on. But hear me out. I am a huge proponent of big homies. I think a lot of young men need a bigger homie or a big homie in their life that isn't their father. Probably somebody from the streets, somebody that's in the same genre of work, somebody that's just nearby, that's an OG that you respect and you could take advice from. All young men should have an OG. Having a dad is a fucking issue here in America, so it's kind of hard for me to say rely on your father, but you should. There's a lot of young men that I always complain about, and I say, God, I can tell you didn't have a daddy in your life. I can tell. So when I say you need an OG, if you have a daddy, your daddy should be your OG. Now, if your daddy's a sucker, go find an OG. I understand that not everybody is a part of the hood culture, gangster culture, or a minority that came up the way we came up. In other instances, you would consider this person a mentor or somebody you would go to for counsel. A lot of my counsel I do in my head, and I have my barber who keeps me very in tune to where I'm from, and I have other people that I speak to that I love to bounce ideas off of and, get their feedback and perspective on things. Trump was on cpac. It's the conservative PAC movement of some sorts. Anyway, back to the big homie thing. Wack 100 has been on Clubhouse. He's been on IG, Twitter. He's all over the place right now. He went at Meek because he said, 6ix9ine was winning, which was facts. 6ix9ine kind of dusted Meek. Then he went at my son. I don't know what happened between him and my son, but they started popping off at each other. And then I'm looking like, damn, is Wack really the big homie that we just didn't know that we needed? Because he's actually spitting some real shit. It's not like he's saying anything negative about these guys. He's just telling them about themselves. Like, my son went to jail for not snitching, excuse me. I did not say that. Let me take that back. My son went to jail for beating up a cab driver. Wack said that was some dope fiend shit. I fucking died in my chair. Okay, that shit's hilarious. The shit with Meek Mills. Yes, that was some pussy ass shit. He called him out. Like, we know his background. We know his jacket. We've seen what he does. He's done it on camera many times. And yeah, I look like I'm at a fucking Miami Vice. I understand. But I'm being serious right now. You need a big homie like Wack that's going to tell you when you're doing hoe shit. You can't get mad at him when he calls you out on your hoe shit. He's both. That's his job as a big homie. Let me put you in your place without embarrassing you, right? There's a documentary right now called Hip Hop Undercover or Hip Hop Uncovered, excuse me. It's on Hulu off of FX. It's got Big U. It's got Deb. It's got a couple people. I'm drawing a blank right now. I didn't even want to talk about it, but it ties into the Wack 100 thing. Those are OGs in not only the street game, but in the music game. So they've seen a lot. They've done a lot. When you hear those people speak, you should really pay attention to what they're saying because they're giving you guidance with every story. This is why we need OGs. They've been there before us. Like, the goal isn't to work harder, it's to work smarter. Yeah, the first rappers that came into music made a couple $1,000s. The second wave made a couple $100,000. The third wave made millions. The fourth wave made multi-millions. We have billionaires in hip hop today. It's only been 40 years. Like, that's a real thing. We've been easier and easier off the backs of those that came before us. But how many Joe Buddens do we have? How many Jay-Z's do we have that tell us these stories about ownership or tell us, their different struggles that they went through in the industry? Shit, myself, I was signed, went independent, got signed again. I'm back to independent. Well, I'm still signed. I got 2 fucking albums. But I can help a newer artist coming into the game understanding publishing, understanding distribution, what are points on your songs, understanding how to sell their music in different fashions that you can capitalize in, your licensing, mechanicals. There's just so many different things that I could teach a new artist that I was taught. Like, I got put on to publishing through a Tupac's producer, the dude that produced Hail Mary. Sitting in the studio, bro, we were just talking, and he put me onto it, fucking jumped into it, and that made me a large fucking chunk of money, and that was just from a conversation with an OG. This guy's telling me he was in the studio making that beat. Pac walked in and just took it. Pac, excuse me. And just went crazy on it. He was like, yeah, I never met nobody like that. And then the conversation led to me getting into fucking publishing. Like, writing music for people is where the money's at. Like, these are things that I can teach a new artist. And I would rather somebody call me an OG than me call myself an OG. But shit, if you don't have an OG, you need to start looking around and get you one. What Wack 100 is doing is just calling out bullshit that should be called out. And you know what? You got to respect it. Like I said, you've seen his jacket. We've seen what he does. And it just seems like he's become the OG that we never had. Pay attention to the real people in hip hop. There's very few of them. But do pay attention to what they're doing. And yeah, I mean, shit. Get a mentor or whatever the fuck they teach you at the Boys and Girls Club. I don't fucking know. All I know is that I came up with some real motherfuckers that kept me in my place and told me what sucker shit was and what hoe shit was, and it kept me, in line to being a man. Like, first and foremost, as a gangster, you a man. You got to stand for something and have morals. I was taught what those morals were, and I was, and shit, it's basic shit, man. It's real basic shit. Respect over everything. Like, you got to respect me. I'm going to respect you as much as you respect me. You know what I'm saying? We're going to exchange energy. That type of shit, it goes a long way. Just respect alone goes a long fucking way. Don't play with me, I ain't gonna play with you. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have that older person that can just, hey, don't do that. Pull back. It's a necessary evil. Trust me. It really is. And Wack 100 honestly just seems like he stepped in there and just kind of took the reins. This one hurts. Just say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. El Chapo's wife is going into Whitsack, and she's turning. I don't even understand. I don't know what to say. Just a week ago, that was like probably one of the most stand-up women besides my wife and my grandmother that I ever seen. I can't believe she snitched. I hope it's a plan. I hope something's going on. They're really going to put El Chapo's wife in Whitsack. That's crazy. I don't even know if I believe it. I wonder if they're doing that just to air him out, trying to see if they'll get him to crack and see if he'll say some shit. My grandfather always told me you ain't never heard of a real gangster story because the real ones, they never got caught. The stories don't get told. The only stories you hear are the ones that get caught a snitch. Please don't snitch, El Chapo. Don't do that shit, dog. Just stand up one time for us, man. Be like Bobby. Be like Bobby. That should be a fucking t-shirt. please don't snitch. Like, y'all gotta cut that shit out. Now, a couple weeks ago, we talked about T.I. and Tiny and the allegations of their sexual misconduct. Now, this kind of touches near and dear in one fashion, and that's that me and my wife bring over women, and we're poly, and we like having girlfriends. We don't really do the one night stand thing. It's not good to just bring people in your bed and bring them out. It should be understood by now that when you transfer energy with the wrong person, it could really cause issues, right? And when you hear these stories of misconduct or rape or drugs being used and abuse, that type of shit scares the fuck out of me. Like, that's crazy, because like when we meet women, like, we are friends. Like, we don't want no randos in here, right? Like, we kind of have a relationship. I know it sounds weird, but that's one part of my, like, my life I'm not gonna change. Like, we need to be on a certain level. Like, I'm not into fucking no rag dolls. I don't do no drunk or drug sex. Like, that shit's corny. So the idea that they were like feeding drugs to these women and making them do drugs fucks me up. Like, that whole shit, bro. The allegations are nasty. That's where Wack really came in. He posted the allegations of what was going on, and it's fucking fucked up. One of the girls said she had a foot in her pussy. Like, I have daughters, and if my daughters want to be in this lifestyle, I am not to judge. But I'm gonna be goddamned if you feeding my fucking, if you feeding women drugs to fuck them. Like, that's weird to me. Like, I'm not into that. That's where the big homies come in. You understand what I'm saying? You see how everything kind of ties in together? That's kind of how I structure these shows. I like to keep everything in one flow, and something's wrong. Like, I'm down for a good time. Like, me and my wife love having beautiful women over. We gotta trust you. Bring you to my home. Like, we might meet out somewhere. We might go have dinner. We want to get to know you. That's for sure. I mean, I'm not just gonna bring you in my bedroom, like, let alone you gonna fuck my queen. I'm fucking you too. Like, this is a big deal. That's a big deal. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm too old for bullshit. Like, honestly, we was just joking today, just talking. But damn, buying pussy sounds so refreshing when you hear shit like this. Like, let's just cut the bullshit. The small talk is so hard sometimes. Like, there's certain women we've brought over, and it's just not a good mix. And you kind of drag it out. Yeah, you had a decent little time, and then you got lingerers, you got ones that don't get it. There's a lot of instances where feelings can get hurt, and maybe it's not really understood what the situation is. That type of shit is what scares me about this situation, because you make this shit look bad for a lot of people when you do nasty shit like this. You understand that you affect a lot of things. Like, that's predatory behavior. That's fucking rapey, dude. That's fucking gross. Like, the whole drugging and forcing people to do drugs to be around you is fucking disgusting. Like, I really don't even comprehend how you get off on that. Like, I like fuck faces. I want to hear you. I want to feel you. I'm trying to be in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, watching two women together is the most beautiful shit ever. And if motherfuckers out here drugging people and abusing women, like, that takes away from what it is, man. Sex is supposed to be a beautiful thing, a fun thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you turning into a nightmare, and that type of shit is fucking, it's mind-boggling, bro. Like, you don't even need to live like that. Like, it's so much easier to just be honest. Like, listen, this is what we want to do. This is where we're gonna go with it. Are you okay with this? Are you into this? Like, yo, you like, if this ain't something you do, that's cool. We ain't here to press. Like, that's wild, bro. We gonna watch a movie. We gonna eat dinner. We might have some drinks. We might smoke. If you don't want to do that, cool. If you want to, cool. But I mean, like, to take advantage of people just because of who you are, your celebrity status, I think one is disgusting and gross. To take advantage of people in that situation, because some people are honored by that gesture too. Like, we've had a lot of women that would be like, yo, we lived the rock star life for a long time. But there was a lot of women that was like, oh shit, you chose me. Like, wow, that's crazy. Like, y'all want to bring me in. Dope. I'm in it. So with shit like that going on, like, I could see how there would be some, like, predatory behavior. Like, oh, you're starstruck, I'm gonna take advantage of that. Bro, I ain't never did that. We ain't never did that. That type of shit is weird. That is weird. Like that dominating daddy factor shit. Like I don't know. I'm not into that weird shit. Like I guess just fucking 2 chicks at a time is pretty much as crazy as it gets. Like all that other shit is for the birds. The allegations are fucking crazy. It's hard to really imagine that to just be around him or them, you would have to be high. Let that sink in. Like, what does that mean? Why? Why do you do that? Why damn, why the foot in the pussy? I have questions. Like, oh, speaking of questions, Oprah's talking to Meghan Markle and Harry Potter about why he left Narnia or some shit and why they're back in America and how come he's not going to be Prince no more, even though he would have never been Prince. Why does Oprah always do interviews on everybody else's channel? Doesn't she own her own channel? It's called OWN. It's the OWN network. It's hers. She has something with Apple. What the fuck are you doing on Apple? You got your own shit. Then she has, this shit is on CNN or CBN. What are you doing? You have your own shit. Oh, that is so weird. I don't get that. Like, you're as big as you are. What the fuck are you doing on anybody else's platform? I would be doing it like a own exclusive and then license it off. But what do I know, right? I'm just a regular degular YouTuber. I don't know shit. But you're Oprah. Are you fucking serious? Do it on your own network. Back to the T.I. and Tiny thing. Yeah, it's gross. Not okay. Not cool. Damn, it's, if you read what these attorneys are alleging, let me first say this too. Well, not first, but let me say this. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. This shit is all allegations until they go to court and there's some type of proof. Now, I do not victim shame, nor do I take away from the victim at all. Like, I'm not saying that this did not occur. I just don't know what occurred. I am not in no way accusing. I am not in no way I ain't saying shit about this because this ain't none of my motherfucking business. Put that shit down. I ain't saying shit. That's why I don't like talking about this type of shit either. It's gross. Like, bro, what is with the foot in the pussy thing? Like, what was your goal? Like, that's just abuse, dog. Like, chill. Like, I get it. It gets a little nasty. I'm not a foot dude. Maybe you are, but are you? What the fuck? Good. Good. What else happened? Oprah, right? I mean, Oprah. Oprah owns fucking Facebook and she goes to Twitter. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Who do I talk to? Let me go through the chat real fast. The Biggie doc, I haven't seen it. I'll check it out. I mean, how many times are you going to watch the fucking Biggie story? I heard it was more about his childhood, though. Snowfall is a phenomenal series. There's some OGs at my barbershop that are here in Vegas that had some dealings with Franklin and they know exactly who he is, and that's fucking phenomenal. I mean, it's probably the dopest shit ever. Trump spoke at cpac. We touched on that. He looked phenomenal. That boy was on fire. And who do I talk to? I have OGs. I used to speak to my grandfather. He's passed away now. Besides him, I have my barber. He's probably my closest OG. A lot of counsel in my head, and yeah, I know that might sound crazy, but sometimes you have to use books and take influence on by just watching videos and watching other people's moves. Sometimes you might not necessarily be able to reach the person who you look up to or you mentor to, but you can watch something or listen to something that they're saying and doing, and you can use that and you know, take that advice. Like you know, Dave Ramsey, for one, is somebody that plays a huge role in a lot of my business doings. Rush, he's the reason why I'm a conservative. He's the reason why I'm here. So when I'm putting together different topics, like we could have talked about what's going on with gas. Like, I think that's fucking crazy that we're right back at having skyrocketing gas prices and nobody sees why. The Democrats are backpedaling over most of the shit that they said they wanted to do. You know, we can talk about that. The thing is that my goal as a conservative is to bring in a new audience that understands that there's big issues going on that we can approach, and then there's little issues that aren't necessarily something we should worry about. But who else? Shit, Jay-Z. There's a video I watch of Jay-Z. It's like a bunch of clips, and I love watching it. It's powerful, you know. Jay-Z said there was a line that I was probably 23 when I became a Jay-Z fan. There's a line he said, "What you eat don't make me shit," and I fell in love. Like that was it. You know, like now you gotta listen to him different. Master P, That's a big fucking influence in my head. These are people you just gotta listen to and just take their words and what they say. And just, listen, where we come from, morals, man. Respect. I said it earlier. I'm gonna respect you as long as you respect me. Don't disrespect me and shit can go sideways. I can't take that out of me. Like, I'm sorry, no matter how much money I've had or where I've moved to, I'm still that. I'm hood, I'm ghetto. That's just what I am. But I'm a nice person. I really don't have a problem. I'm real quiet. I keep it, I'm cordial. I'll open the door. I'll hold the door for you. I'll help your mother if I see her. We could be beefing, and I still help your moms get the shit upstairs. I ain't tripping, bro. We gonna handle our shit when we handle our shit. So respect goes a long way. We mind our fucking business. I think that's something that, today's youth doesn't understand. You need to mind your fucking business, because until you're in a certain position, you shouldn't speak on certain things. And if you are in that position, you should know when and when not to speak. You need to have, consciousness of the situation. That's where the big homie comes in. The fear of somebody being disappointed in you will really keep you in check. And, a lot of these young men, my biggest issue with a lot of these young men, they do shit that a OG would be like, yo, okay, my little cousin, I'll give you a great example. My little cousin did this fucking weird video with a bunch of spritzers and seltzers and shit. I have two problems with that. One, you look like a fucking clown doing it because you're not getting paid. So I'm going to have an issue with that, because you should know better coming from my background. Don't do shit for free. You promoted all these spritzers. Two, what the fuck are you doing and why? Like, what is the purpose of this? What is the because now you're making your image this weird frat party guy for what? You want to be taken serious, then be taken serious. If you want to do skits, do skits. I mean, there's like 5 million fucking things we could have went over. When I saw it, I just told him, take that shit down and don't do it again. We could get into why. The whys are always deep and vast, and that's what a big homie's for, to kind of just guide you into where you need to be. Listen, when I went to go buy a fucking hair salon, I went to my barber. He's my barber. He's the first person I'm going to talk to. When I open my furniture store, talk to my barber. When I got dropped the first time, talk to my barber. I lost my grandfather at 18. After that, all I had was my barber. Like, that's my fucking OG. He knows me from dope dealing to owning my furniture store to the fucking famous entertainer. He motherfucker treats me like shit. He never treated me any different. Like, Danny's Danny, and that's why I fucking love him, because there's no change. He doesn't care how much I got. He don't care what I'm doing. He's just a good fucking dude, and he always, keeps me in check when I step out of line. I have my vices. We all have vices, and as men, you need another man to bounce that vice off of sometimes, so they can tell you, yo, dog, chill. Maybe don't do that. You understand? Like, I love giving my boys advice because I was there for a lot of shit. I did a lot of there's a lot of things I've forgotten that I wish I didn't. And that's just how my brain is working. And I realize that we live life in like chapters and like chunks. And, I want to make sure that I can guide my sons in the right direction. My daughter's going to go to high school next year. Like, I'm literally talking to putting her in the high school that I went to. I went to a trade school. I'm her OG. Like, daddy's going to be there. And I hope with this show, y'all, I'm your OG. If you accept that, that's on you. You can say that type of shit. I'm okay with that. I appreciate that. I hope that I'm able to give wisdom and give knowledge and keep you in at least some type of semi fucking well-rounded area in life where you don't feel like I'm giving you bad advice. Shit. At first, when I was coming up with like different names for like the hive or whatever, or like the group of people that listen, I was gonna call y'all Kasabian's kids, because this is a family. Like, I'm here to give you information, and I hope that I'm giving you the right information. And when I don't, I'm gonna come in here and tell you I don't. But my goal is to feed you gems and shit, and I want to treat y'all like family. And what I mean, even though kids may sound derogatory, I mean it in the utmost fucking respect. Without y'all, this show ain't shit. Like I said, my music, okay, you can have all these plays, but if y'all don't listen, what are we, right? Well, look, I'm gonna go play video games with my friends. My name's Kasabian. Live in the moment, don't live in the past. Be safe, stay dangerous. Lavoe loves you. Wow. For some reason, it cuts out all weird, so I got to pretend to talk. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and watch the video in the little box. It's right here, in this box right here. And then click over here to subscribe. Do both. Click subscribe. If you like the video down here, there's some shit down here too. All right.